Hey, Harry here. I've always watched a lot of TV in my time, and I decided that maybe a lot of TV blocks. So I'm gonna give you the top 10 nostalgic TV blocks. My top 10 because I don't want to rip off the nostalgia critic. So be sure to enjoy your new house on memory lane. This is the top 10 nostalgic TV blocks. Number 10. Cartoon Fridays. Back when Cartoon Network still played cartoons, every Friday night, Cartoon Network would host do sort of a TGIF lineup of its original cartoons or cartoons. And some of them included shows like Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls, Ed, Ed, and Eddie, and so forth. Well, one of the beauties of this thing is that each week a different cartoon character would host. Well, it was one way to stay home, but Cartoon Network Friday, that's another story. Number 9, Toonami. If Cartoon Fridays could be described as the comedy section for Cartoon Network, then Toonami could definitely be considered the action part. All right. I remember watching this every weekday afternoon. Well, mostly when there wasn't anything good on. It featured a lot of. Some of them include a lot of things that stood out about the block, like from Stephen J. Guillemot Blum's Guillemot himself, Stephen J. Blum's performance as Tom, host, robotic host, the absolutely cool spaceship, the Absolution, and some of the fact that I was introduced to shows like Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z. Toonami. One way to put a bang, to put the bang for your buck when it came to weekdays on Cartoon Network. Number 8, Zoog Disney. Now back in the late '90s and early back in the beginning, Disney Channel was nothing like the teen powerhouse it is today, or especially during the late '90s. Disney had this block called Zoog Disney, in which it aired every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And these crazy characters known as Zoogs, the television and the computer known as the Zeeper, the internet. Yeah, they came up with crazy names for the internet back in the '90s. And it mostly involves you when you watch the shows on Disney Channel, you go online to zoogdisney.com and do some stuff. Some of it shows include, include original series like the famous Jet Jackson, The Jersey, and So Weird, as well as heavyweights Lizzie McGuire, Steven Stevens, The Proud Family, and Kim Possible. Zoog Disney was one of the great reasons you could tune into TV and go on the internet at the same time. That is, until, of course, you had of course, you had to do your homework. And it was a big thing, Disney. I mean, it's a Cartoon Network. And number 7, TGIF. Well, it couldn't be logical if Cartoon Network did a Friday night block unless ABC did a Friday night block. Night block as well. Well, ABC's TV back Friday night TV back then included stuff like The Brady Bunch, The Partridge Family, Room 222, The Odd Couple, The Love Boat, The $6 Million Man, and What's Happening. And Welcome Back, Kotter. Then was stuff like Full House, Family Matters, Perfect Strangers, Step by Step, Dinosaurs, Sister Sister, Boy Meets World, Hang with Mr. Cooper, Sabrina, Two of a Kind, and so forth. This was a great way to stay inside every Friday night. Number 6, Nick in the Afternoon. I think a lot of the things that could be said about this block can pretty much be summed up with host Stick Stickly. These writings.
Hi to me, Stick Stickly, P.O. Box 963, New York City, New York State, 10108.
Oh boy. Now I do know that I really didn't grow up with it, but about Stick Stickly's performances. I mostly can't watch Stick Stickly visiting at the Twin Towers anymore without breaking down or sobbing. Come to think of it, you can't watch it at all because mostly Stick Stickly was one reason you wanted to stick around for wanted to stick with Nick in the Afternoon. Number 5, TNBC. Now this is a little in between because considering I didn't really watch it, but I'll give you a little history about it. NBC Saturday morning lineup in the 90s lost its cartoon edge. So logically they wanted to put live action shows, and it was pretty good. At least Saved by the Bell lasted the most, but I think there's not much to say about it. Number 4 is the heavyweight. The Weight Kids WB. Now it couldn't. Now you can talk about Kids WB in any way. I mean, from the original cartoons, like Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain, Sylvester and Tweety, Freakazoid, to some of the short-lived shows like Hysteria, Detention, the Big Cartoony Show, etc. To some of the heavyweights like Batman and Superman, Batman Beyond, and of course Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Card Captors. Kids WB was a big music station every Monday to Saturday. That was a real benefit. And it was the only block on this countdown to actually outlive its real network. Yeah, it aired the entirety of the WB and ended. Number 3, Fox Kids. Oh yeah. Much like Kids WB, Fox Kids ran every weekday and Saturday, weekday afternoon and Saturday morning. Starting out with shows like Bobby's World, the very funny Tiny Toons, including Tasmania, the dark Batman, the silent X-Men, the cliche but still very fun Power Rangers, the zany Animaniacs, the superhero-oriented shows, the Taken Spider-Man, featured Carmen Sandiego, and shows like The Creepy Goosebumps and Offbeat Life of Zoo. But right around the mid-90s, Fox Kids started to lose its luster with such things like Big Bad Deal shows. And I think well, in 1999, Fox resurfaced with Digimon. As sort of a Pokemon alternative. And I think Fox Kids is pretty good. Too bad it did. Number 2, SNICK. You know it. You love it. Love it. It's one of Nickelodeon's best, putting a Saturday night lineup for kids. I mean, you got Clarissa, you got The Roundhouse, Ren and Stimpy, The Midnight Society, Alex Mack, Pete and Pete, All That, Keenan and Kel, Rugrats, Hey Arnold, Kablam, Shelby Woo. So much of this and more. It's a big way to spend your Saturday night at home. And the number 1 nostalgic TV block is... Oh my god! It's a tie between the Disney Afternoon and Disney's One Saturday Morning! I didn't know which one of these blocks had the bigger impact, so I decided to put them both on the number 1 spot. It's sort of ironic that when one block ended, another block began. Disney Afternoon had a great from shows like Gummy Bears, DuckTales, the Rescue Rangers, Justin, Duckling Duck, and Goofy. Right around Goofy, mostly sort of moving a little bit. Bonkers, I don't know about that. Doggos is really tough. Aladdin is sort of like the movie. The monocle was pretty funny. There are some flaws like the Ren and Stimpy ripoff, Shake-Ups and Meat, the Generation X crazed Quack Pack, and the Mighty Duck series, which has nothing to do with the movie. I keep begging Emilio Estevez to show up. But the irony is that once that block was over, another block was about to make way. That was, of course, Disney's One Saturday Morning. Now, I talked about One Saturday Morning to death in my review of it, so I won't go too much into it. But I mean, it was just so great. I mean, the introduction was fantastic. The theme song was memorable and catchy as hell. The building was spectacular. The host, Valerie Ron Miller, did a great job. The shorts were all entertaining. The shows were very entertaining as well. I mean, you got Doug, Lisa, Pepper Ann, Mickey Mouse, The Weekenders, Peaches Pet, Winnie the Pooh, Science Court. Oh, man, it brings back memories. It was sad that once you put the Disney Afternoon and Disney's One Saturday Morning together, you get 6 times Disney. And on top of that, Disney's One Ooh makes an even bigger addition. I mean, the shows are One Saturday Morning every day. I mean, how awesome is that? Now I know some of the shows on ABC Kids are over here. I mean, I am a little partial to Leon and Stick, Impossible, and Trucking. I mean, Disney Afternoon is cool. But I think One Saturday Morning... Now, One Saturday Morning was a big hit. With all of these things together, I think we made a pretty good lineup. The Disney Afternoon and Disney's One Saturday Morning. The greatest, some of the greatest Disney blocks of all time. And in my opinion, a perfect tie to be the #1 best nostalgic TV block ever. And that's my list. I'm sorry I didn't put up a new video in a few days, but don't worry. That's sort of my time. Stay tuned soon for the 15th for Digimon's 15th Digiversary. Later.